Welcome to the SuperStar Communicator show. My name is Susan Heaton-Wright. I'm a vocal coach and communications trainer. Through listening to this podcast, my goal is to ensure you never ever be underestimated, ignored, interrupted, or undervalued again. Listen fortnightly as I share proven tips and strategies to ensure you develop charisma and make an impact with your voice and physical presence. Make sure to subscribe for free updates on how to be a superstar communicator at executivevoice.co.uk. Hello everybody. Tomorrow, here in the United Kingdom, we are going to be celebrating 70 years of our Queen being on the throne. And many congratulations to her. And I, for one, will be celebrating this incredible woman. And there are a number of reasons why I salute the Queen. Let's face it, she is part of a brand, and she is partly representing my country, the United Kingdom, on the world stage. And she is recognized as a world leader, partly because she has been on the throne for so long. She's 96 years of age. Of course, she comes from a very, very privileged background, and she has a standard of living that most of us can only dream of. She has palaces all over the country, and she is able to take time away from the public eye to live a style of luxury that we can only dream of. However, when she is in public, everybody is watching her, and she has to be on her best behavior and has to say things that are diplomatic to make sure that there are no problems, because she is not an elected person. She has no powers from a political point of view, but she is representing our country. And how many people at the age of 96 are still doing as much as she does? It is quite remarkable. One of the things that I believe is particularly interesting is the way that she deals with people. Now, I'm not going to start talking about her family and pointing the finger at certain members of the family. However, she has had to deal with those, with particular characters and particular situations in the best way forward, so as not to affect the brand of the royal family. But she also has tricky politicians. She is expected to meet the Prime Minister of the country every week and discuss matters. I'm absolutely certain in the time that she has been on the throne, she has had to deal with some very tricky characters. And she does this with diplomacy. We never hear what is discussed or her personal opinions about individuals. But also, she has to represent the country, and by all likelihood has had to meet people that she doesn't get on with, that she has no respect for personally. However, she puts a show and a smile. For example, just picking a name out of the hat, the way that Trump behaved, walking in front of her and a total disrespect for her, and yet she kept on smiling rather than getting her guards to take him away, was a masterclass in diplomacy. She isn't able to voice her opinion. I think I've mentioned that before, and I'm sure that there are conversations that she would like to have with people, or that there are world leaders saying things that she might not agree with, and yet she keeps stum. But it was my son, age 22, who just reminded me some of the non-verbal communication she does in order to share with other people, or perhaps indicate to ladies in waiting or senior people that are surrounded by her to get out of tricky conversations. Perhaps somebody is being rude to her, or getting too political or personal. She has a series of signs that she uses with her handbag and her gloves and her hands so that somebody else can jump in and continue the conversation, and she can move swiftly on. That is something that we all need to acquire, isn't it, for certain situations? But the world has changed in the last 70 years. When she came to the throne, or certainly when she was a little girl, it was still believed that kings and queens of England or in United Kingdom were anointed by God, that they were something different from everybody else. Yet we know that she is a human being just like us. And she has had to adapt the way that she presents herself and the royal family, not only in the United Kingdom, but the Commonwealth, because the Commonwealth is much smaller than it was before. And there are a number of countries that have decided that they're going to leave the Commonwealth, and she is not going to be their head of state. I believe that is definitely the way forward for many, many countries. But she's had to adapt. And don't we all have to adapt in our lives, with our personal lives, with our family, with different values that we see, with the way that the world is changing? And that is the way that I'm going to lead this, because I believe that the Queen probably has some very good advisors, but she has real wisdom. And I'm sure that there will be a legacy that she leaves when she finally dies, that this has been a remarkable reign. And Queen Elizabeth, I salute you. Many congratulations on your 70 years on the throne.
Thanks for tuning in. You were just listening to the SuperStar Communicator show. Please leave a review on iTunes and make sure you head over to our website, executivevoice.co.uk, to subscribe to our newsletter on how to become a superstar communicator. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes where I'll share ideas to ensure you are never ever underestimated, ignored, interrupted, or undervalued again.